everyone. Welcome to Live Interactive English, and I am Karen.
And I'm Matt. And today we're looking at some dialogues that take place at the supermarket.
That's right. Well, speaking of supermarkets, you know, we're in Taiwan, so we actually can choose to shop in different places. We can shop at the supermarket. We can also go to the traditional markets. Have you ever been to the traditional markets?
I've walked through some traditional markets before.
Oh, really? So have you bought anything from the traditional markets?
I don't think I've ever actually bought anything from the traditional market.
Really?
Yeah, well, there's a supermarket near my house and everything's very convenient and I can find everything I need. And I can also use my credit card to pay. And I don't have to, talk about the price. The price is just there and I can just buy it for that amount.
You are really missing out, Matt. It's the fun part. If you can bargain with the vendor, it's really, really fun. Sometimes they might even give you extra onions or garlic.
Yeah, but what about the time? The time spent bargaining, that's, time is money.
No, but it's really, really fun, trust me. And sometimes I find maybe there are vegetables or some, different kind of meat. It's something, not everything you can find at the supermarket.
Okay, well, I think maybe we'll see that some people have trouble finding things at the supermarket when they're there in our dialogues after this break.
Okay.
While shopping for groceries, Billy flags down a clerk.
Hi, could you help me with something? I can't seem to find the baking aisle. I've been walking around in circles for the past 5 minutes with no luck.
The baking aisle is aisle 12. Head that way, straight toward the freezer section. The aisle numbers are printed on the signs overhead. If you find yourself in the sauce aisle, you've gone too far.
Thanks. You guys should sell a supermarket GPS or something.
That's a great idea. Maybe I'll run it by my manager.
Welcome back. Today we're looking at part 1 of At the Supermarket, and our dialogue today is about asking where to find a specific aisle. So, while shopping for groceries, Billy flags down a clerk.
So what does it mean when I say flags down a clerk?
Flag down means to get someone's attention, usually by waving your hand or getting their attention somehow to have them come, usually to help you. So Billy flags down a clerk, so she is getting the clerk's attention and asking them to come to her to help her find something.
That's right. And a clerk is someone who works at the supermarket, right? So we have the first vocabulary word here, grocery, and that is a noun. So grocery basically is food or household items sold by a grocer. So a grocer is like a dealer or a place where they sell food or household supplies. So for example, do you need help carrying your groceries to your car? Oh, that would be a really nice question to ask if you're at the supermarket and you're seeing someone carrying a lot of groceries, right? And you say, oh, would you want some help? And then of course, they would really appreciate your help.
Yes, that'd be very nice of them. So in our dialogue today, we've got 2 characters, and there's Billy, and Karen will be Billy, and I will play the role of the clerk.
All right, so I will be Billy. Hi, could you help me with something? I can't seem to find the baking aisle. I've been walking around in circles for the past 5 minutes with no luck. Okay, so we're talking about different aisles in the supermarket. I think it's very smart for them to place different items in categories in different aisles, or else it would be impossible to find the things you want to find, right? So they might have the baking aisle, and this aisle, you can find different things that's related to baking, and you can have an aisle for drinks. You can have an aisle for snacks. So right here, she's looking for the baking aisle. And she says she's been going around in circles. That means you can't really find it. And with no luck.
Okay, so the clerk responds, the baking aisle is aisle 12. Head that way straight toward the freezer section. The aisle numbers are printed on the signs overhead. So when they say overhead, the clerk means that the signs are above your head or something that you'll need to look up to see. The clerk continues, if you find yourself in the sauce aisle, you've gone too far.
Ah, I see. So I guess he's giving like quite a clear direction, right? In the supermarket. Sometimes it's very important to ask the clerk for directions because even though there are signs overhead, it's still really difficult to find the certain item you want to look for.
That's right. So one of the other parts of a supermarket, apart from the aisles, is a section, and this is a freezer section. So a freezer is somewhere where you keep things frozen or you freeze them. So that means that the temperature needs to be below 0, and it means it's a box that you put things in to keep them cold. You can find these in your house. Usually you might have a refrigerator, and above the refrigerator you'll have a freezer.
That's right. That's where you put the ice cream.
That is where you put the ice cream. So for example, put the ice cream in the freezer before it melts. So in this case, in the supermarket, they have a freezer section because they'll have many freezers with different frozen foods that you can buy.
Exactly. And like you said before, it's really, really cold in the freezer section, right? You'll find all your frozen peas and your ice cream in that section. So Billy continues by saying, thanks. You guys should sell a supermarket GPS or something. So right here, she's actually making a joke because she knows that it's very hard to find different things in the supermarket. And we know the GPS, it tells you directions, right? So if you have a supermarket GPS, then it can definitely guide you to where you want to go.
So the clerk says, that's a great idea. Maybe I'll run it by my manager. So the clerk is continuing to respond to the joke in a fun and laughing manner, I think.
That's right. And it said, I'll run it by my manager. So it's basically meaning that I'll ask my manager, right? I'll get it approved by my manager. So you can also say, I'll run it by my manager. Okay, well, interesting dialogue. How about let's take a short break and let's see what happens next.
Okay, great.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。这次的绘画是关于超市英语。在第一段对话里面 ，Billy 在采买日用品，那他就招手拦下一名店员。我们先补充一下 ，flag down somebody 是指挥手把某人拦下来。那么单字 grocery 它表示食品杂货，这时候固定用复数形。那这个字也可以指食品杂货店。其实我们也常会用 grocery store 来指食品杂货店。那么 Billy 拦下店员是因为他找不到烘焙区的走道，店员就告诉他说是12号走道，朝着冷冻区直走。那么走道编号就印在头顶上的告示牌上面。如果发现自己人在酱料区走道，那就是走过头了。Billy 就向对方道歉，然后就开玩笑说他们应该要卖超市 GPS 之类的东西。那么店员也有附和他说，这是个好主意，他应该要跟他经理说说看的。好，补充一下 ，GPS 就是 Global Positioning System 的首字母缩写，也就是全球定位系统。还有呢，文中用到 run something by somebody 是表达说为了征询对方意见，把某事告诉某人。好，再看到 freezer， 它是指冰柜、冷冻柜，或者是指冰箱的冷冻库。那我们用 freezer section 是指冷冻柜的那一区。接华课文中。
Eli walks over to a clerk who is stocking a shelf.
Excuse me, I'm a little unclear about how this sale works. So if I buy 2 of the same product, I get a third one for free, right?
Sort of. They don't have to be the same product. You can choose any 2 of the products shown in the sale advertisement, and you get a third one for free, which can also be any of the products shown in the ad. Basically, you can mix and match any of the products in the picture.
Oh, so I could also buy 3 of the same product for the price of 2.
You could definitely do that as well.
Great. Thanks for clearing that up.
Welcome back, everyone. So right now we are going to look at another dialogue, and it's also in the supermarket, and it's called asking for a price check. So we say asking for a price check. You want to check the price. Make sure this is a price that you're going to pay for, right? Okay, so in this dialogue, Eli, the customer, walks over to a clerk who is stocking a shelf. So when you say the clerk is stocking a shelf, that means he's putting the supplies, the items on a shelf, maybe the cans of soup or different types of drinks on the shelf, right?
Yeah, that's what I always think of cans of soup when you mention stocking a shelf. That's the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay, so it's a dialogue between Eli and the clerk.
Yep, and so I'll be the clerk and you can be Eli.
Okay, I'll be Eli this time. Excuse me, I'm a little unclear about how this sale works. So if I buy 2 of the same product, I get a third one for free, right? Okay, so Eli is trying to make sure that he understands because sometimes we have different types of sales or discounts at the store. So say if I get 3, the third one is for free, right? Then I don't need to pay for the third one, right? And what does the clerk say?
The clerk says, sort of. So not certainly, he's just saying he's partly right, sort of. So they don't have to be the same product. You can choose any 2 of the products shown in the sale advertisement, and you get a third one for free, which can also be any of the products shown in the ad. Basically, you can mix and match any of the products in the picture.
Oh, okay. So sometimes you would have deals like that in the supermarket. Do you look for deals like that in the supermarket too?
Yeah, I do try to find the deals that can make things cheaper for me, and I often buy the cheaper things if there's a promotion to get one free or to get 2 for a lower price. I'll usually look for that and buy it.
Exactly. And then right here, before he was asking, Eli was asking, do you have to buy the 2 of the same product? But no, the clerk says, no, you can mix and match. So on the advertisement, maybe there are many different types of product of the same kind that you can choose from, not necessarily buying exactly the same kind, right? So I love it when that happens. You have more options, right?
So he saw this on the advertisement. So an advertisement is a public notice or announcement that promotes a product. So in this case, it's promoting this deal on the products, and it's promoting this buy 2, get 1 free deal where they can mix and match. We also saw this word advertisement in the shortened form in there when they said in the ad. So often we'll say ad as a short form of advertisement.
That's right.
So for an example sentence, the fancy advertisement made me want to buy the car.
And that's why advertisements are really, really important when you're trying to promote a product. If the advertisement is really good, then customers definitely want to buy the product, right? Okay, so now Eli says, oh, so I could also buy 3 of the same product for the price of 2, right?
Okay.
So he's just trying to make sure if he understands this correctly. If he buys 3 of the same product, and then the third one is free, that means the price of 2. You only have to pay for the price of 2.
So maybe Eli doesn't want to mix and match.
Exactly.
Wants all the same product. So the clerk responds, you could definitely do that as well.
Okay, sounds like a great idea, right? So Eli says, great, thanks for clearing that up. Okay, so we have this vocabulary word here, definitely, and that is an adverb. So definitely basically just means in a definite way, without a doubt. So when you say definitely, you ask me a question, I don't have any questions about it, without a doubt, I would say yes, definitely, that is true. So in our example sentence, it says May's new album is definitely better than her last one. That means without a doubt.
That's right. So in there, Eli also said, thanks for clearing that up. So to clear something up means to help someone to understand something, to make it clear to them. So in this case, the clerk cleared up that Eli can buy 2 of the same products or 3 of the same products for the price of 2 products.
Exactly. Okay, so we learned quite a few terms that we can use in the supermarket in these interesting dialogues today, right? So I'm hoping to learn more in part 2.
I hope so. We'll see you then.
See you then.
在第2段对话里 Eli 走向一位正在把这个货品上架的店员，向他询问说，这次特卖活动的细节，是不是说买2件相同的产品，第3件就可以免费？店员说不一定要相同产品啊，你只要选择这个特卖广告中有列出的任2件产品，你就可以免费获得第3件。基本上你就是可以混搭图片里面任何产品。Eli 最后还是有向店员确认说，是不是可以用2件的价格买到3件相同的产品？店员说，当然也可以这样啊。好，那我们来看单字 advertisement。Advertisement 它是指广告，那可以简称为 ad。那么 definitely 它是副词，表示肯定、当然或是确定的。文中的 mix and match 则是指混搭。对话里面的 Eli 最后有说一句 Thanks for clearing that up， 谢谢你帮我解释清楚。那这边有一个重点，就是 clear up 的用法。我们进入文法时间。好，这边我们来介绍 clear up 的不同意思及用法。第一种呢，可以做不及物用，去指说天气放晴了。好，举例来说 ，The sky cleared up in the afternoon， 下午天气放晴了。第二个呢 ，clear up 做及物用，我们可以用 clear something up， 或者是 clear up something 去表达把什么解释清楚、弄明白，或者是有厘清啊、解决的意思。举例来说 ，They have cleared up the misunderstandings between them， 他们已经厘清彼此之间的误会了，把事情都讲开来了。好，第三个 clear up 它可以做及物或不及物用，去表达使消失，可能是使疾病啊、症状等等消失，或者是有痊愈的意思。举例来说 ，The rash will clear up in a few days， 疹子过几天就会消失了。好，以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
While shopping for groceries, Billy flags down a clerk.
Hi, could you help me with something? I can't seem to find the baking aisle. I've been walking around in circles for the past 5 minutes with no luck.
The baking aisle is aisle 12. Head that way, straight toward the freezer section. The aisle numbers are printed on the signs overhead. If you find yourself in the sauce aisle, you've gone too far.
Thanks. You guys should sell a supermarket GPS or something.
That's a great idea. Maybe I'll run it by my manager.
Eli walks over to a clerk who is stocking a shelf.
Excuse me, I'm a little unclear about how this sale works. So if I buy 2 of the same product, I get a 3rd one for free, right?
Sort of. They don't have to be the same product. You can choose any 2 of the products shown in the sale advertisement, and you get a 3rd one for free, which can also be any of the products shown in the ad. Basically, you can mix and match any of the products in the picture.
Oh, so I could also buy 3 of the same product for the price of 2.
You could definitely do that as well.
Great. Thanks for clearing that up.
It's normal to find this Hong Kong-style rice noodle roll in a dim sum restaurant. But you can have it at Fengjia Night Market too, and it doesn't cost you much at all. Shafa Rice Noodle Roll is located on Fengjia Road, also called Meal Box Street. It's known for its generous portions and quality ingredients. The 5 types of rolls sold are beef, pork, Cantonese roasted pork, shrimp, and mixed. Everything is cooked to order, and all of the rolls are delicious. The roll itself is very delicately layered, soft, and slightly chewy. The sesame seeds and the owner's unique sauce on top of the rolls add to the pleasant aroma. You can't help but have one bite after another.